Hey, what's up guys? It's David from Team Rubalcava Network. Hey, welcome back, and you guys are joining me in my man cave for once. It's the first time that we're shooting in here. Still in the works, I'm still working on it, but thanks for tuning in. So guess what guys? I am working on some season 3 behind the scenes kind of predictions and things like that. Those will be coming out soon, so just sit tight for that. But I decided when I was driving home the other day, I was thinking about first of all, that this series is amazing, right? But what were the top 5 most memorable moments out of season 2 that I felt truly connected or somehow jarred some type of emotion for me? And so I thought it'd be fun. I thought it'd be cool to go ahead and share them with you and see what you guys think. Feel free to leave your top 5 moments down below, and thank you so much that you subscribe, and if you enjoy what we're doing. But thank you so much, because of you guys, because of you, we have surpassed our 1,000 subscribers in the last few months, and it has been amazing. So without further ado, let's get started. Check it out. Number 5, one of the scenes that got me completely pumped up is when Daniel comes to Johnny's house because his daughter is there. And you know, he starts to knock on the door, and Johnny's like, you gotta cool it, man, you gotta cool it, be cool. And Daniel just steps back and boom, kicks that door open, and it was on, man, it was on. And to see how they cut kind of like, you know, Karate Kid 1 into the scenes when they're punching, and then it's kind of flashing back, man, that got me pumped up. Intensity, man, just got me so pumped up, man. And that they're just boom, punching and kicking and throwing each other, and then bam, we throw him into the TV, and I'm just like, oh shoot, Daniel got served, man. I thought it was so freaking intense. Man, it was one of my favorite scenes in that series, and it was just full of action, and man, that was pretty cool. Number 4, the fight scene in the high school. Come on, man. That was like the coolest scene. First of all, the amount of action was phenomenal, right? So you see not only this rumble between all the main characters, but they did it in such a large space, right? It wasn't just in one room. It was literally spilling into the school. You have people in the hallways, and just how they choreographed it was one of the coolest edits that I've ever seen, where there was long cuts where it would be somebody getting thrown up against the locker, and then the camera's still moving, and then somebody else, and then it kind of pans all in kind of one motion. I thought it was one of the most brilliant shot scenes. Now I will tell you, the one thing that was kind of like meh, is that it kind of took a little too long. It was intense, but after a while, it's kind of like the adrenaline was kind of like tiring me out, man. But it was still one of the coolest scenes. And part of the scene that really popped for me and really kind of showed you if there's any sense of foreshadowing that I got from that fight scene, it was when Hawk is searching for Dimitri. Man, if you just look at that intensity that he had walking in, calling for him, man, that gave me chills, because you can just see this character is on the warpath, and I don't really truly believe that we can pull him back. And just that intensity. So when he got, his butt handed to him to Dimitri, first of all, I was shocked. But second of all, I'm like, man, Hawk keeps getting beat up by a whole bunch of different people. And lastly is Dimitri. What the hell's going on here? But still, nonetheless, one of the coolest things that I saw from the season. That was an amazing, not only fight scene, but just overall editing, intensity. Man, that one rocked. Number 3, Miguel and Hawk's fight.
Finally a worthy opponent.
So you're the one that trashed Miyagi-Do.
They're the enemy.
Man, dude, I was waiting for something like this. Now, I will be honest with you. Originally, I thought at some point that this would happen at the All Valley, right? Eventually, 2 great competitors, they're gonna cross paths. You know, that happened in Cobra Kai as well, and Karate Kid. So I was kind of expecting that would happen to both of them at some point. I wasn't really expecting that to happen in season 2. So I thought it was really cool, man. They take him out, you know, Johnny and the whole crew go out to this forest, and it's just kind of like a free-for-all. So when these two guys kind of paired up, I knew as soon as Miguel had seen that he had stolen that medal, dude, it was on. And I have to admit that their fight got me pumped up, man. You see Miguel is handling it. You see some of Hawk starting to kind of rally back, and it was just intense. But overall, what I'm gonna tell you is I did feel that overwhelming sense with Miguel of some type of redemption. Now, Miguel's been all over the place, you guys, from season 1 to season 2. He's going through a life-changing, like, kind of learning curve, and he's going from all the way to left field to right field, all these different things. But in that one small moment, that moment that he took it back from him, you know, I felt that moment of redemption, which I felt myself inside cheering for him, that he'll recognize that maybe Cobra Kai, maybe some of the things that he's been learning don't align with who he really is. And I think that's the problem in all of this, that he's still searching to figure out who he is. But in that small moment, I saw redemption, and you know, it was cool, really, really cool to see that. Number 2, Johnny sitting at the beach at the end of episode 10. So let me tell you why this scene, there's so many subtle things that were happening in that scene, and I will tell you hands down, I love Johnny Lawrence, and I'm gonna tell you why. Like, season 1 changed my perception of him. Season 1 made me realize that there was so much more to this bully, there was so much more to this character, and as things got peeled back, I think I saw a lot of myself in him. Somebody that's continued to struggle, that inner struggle with figuring out who they are. Someone who's trying to do the right thing, and somehow life still craps on you and tosses you, you know, a slap in the face every single turn. And so what I saw in that moment and what I saw in his eyes really kind of hit home, and it really had this moment with me where I felt so bad for him. So, like, my heart went out to him, and I'm gonna tell you, like, the reason why I feel so compelled to want him to win is that he's trying to right the ship in his life. And I mentioned this in every single video, guys, right? He's trying to find the right direction. He's trying to live above the line and be a good person and do what's right and live with maybe a new moral code. But life continues to challenge that. Life continues to bash that. So when he was sitting there at that beach, and he's drinking, and he's flashing back to all of these moments and flashing back to his life in the last year and the things that have happened to him, I felt so bad for him, man. I felt so bad that he is on the verge of absolute destruction. And we'll talk about that in some other video, but he's on the verge of that. So for him to leave that beach with absolute defeat, with absolute, you know, it felt like he was lost, and he just really started feeling that with anger now. And you know, with anger, there's only one thing that's gonna happen. There's gonna be bad stuff. So I saw that in his eyes, and he didn't say a word in this scene. That's what was so powerful. That's what was so moving, is he didn't say one word. You could see it in his eyes. You could see it with the flashbacks. You can see it all in just his body language, how tough his life has been, and how he's at the crossroads of absolute destruction in his life. Number 1, Miguel falling from the second story. So in that moment, you guys, I don't know about you guys, but I know my heart was pounding. Like, my heart was pounding as he fell in slow motion, and you know, and that whole scene kind of unraveled, and it was intense. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, you guys. It was super intense, where I didn't know what to think. I was in absolute disbelief, and I'm sure many of you guys were like, what the hell just happened? Like, I did not see that one coming, and this is where I'm gonna tell you, I love these writers, man, because they find a way to do things that you don't think are gonna happen, or just kind of take the story in a different avenue. And that's why I love where this series is going, is that it's so unpredictable at times, and yet you feel connected to these characters. And so many things were racing through my mind, like what's gonna happen with Robbie? Is Miguel gonna be okay? Is he gonna survive? Is, you know, what's gonna happen? I was thinking about Johnny. What's gonna happen with Johnny? Because the moment he fell, boom, relationship over with Miguel's mom. Immediately, that's what I was thinking. And so, like, in those moments, it was tough to watch. But the one that killed me, guys, the one that, like, my heart went out to Johnny, is when he's looking through that door and he's looking at Miguel in that bed, and he picks up his phone and he plays back that voicemail from earlier that morning.
Hey, Sensei, it's Miguel. I knocked on your door this morning, but I guess you already left. I'm having some girl trouble, and, well, you're better at this sort of thing than me. I'll come by the dojo after school. My mom's working tonight, so maybe we can grab a burger at that place you like? All right, talk to you later.
Wow, that kind of ripped one inside my heart, and you could see, like, in Johnny's face, this tough man, absolutely shattered in that one moment, absolutely shattered, and probably torn between what just happened to a student and knowing his own son has caused this. Can you even imagine that? Like, can you imagine the two people that you love the most in your life have had some catastrophic destruction that has left somebody in the hospital and now potentially left his son on the run from the law, you know? So it was one of those moments where, like, it just doesn't get any better than that, guys. It doesn't get any better than that in television drama and film drama. Like, that one moment just, like, took the air out of the room for me, and it was kind of very emotional, and I thought it was an amazing scene. So there it is, guys. Top 5 moments of season 2 that I really truly believe were amazing, that had some type of effect on me, some type of emotional effect on me, and really just made me love this series again and again, and just pulled me in, man. And I watched it multiple times again already. I've already watched season 2 multiple times, and it's just an amazing thing to watch, an amazing show, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned, you guys. Season 3 predictions are coming. I'm working on them right as we speak. They will be coming soon. I'll let you know. Stay posted. Thank you guys for helping us get to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for following our journey and following our reaction videos. And stay tuned. More to come. Thank you guys. We'll see you soon. Cobra Kai, son. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Boom.
Boy wins. Okay, good luck to both of you.